I've got an Arc Titan build today focused around pulse grenades and Ionic Traces. Just keep an eye on the grenades, how quick I am getting these back. I'm going to break it all down for you, show you how we can do this build to maximise it. Spam grenades like crazy. I've seen all the reworks coming for Season 21 and I've seen some of the nerfs coming, such as Starfire Protocol. This build I did when Arc 3.0 come out, when we had Elemental Wells, so I wanted to redo it, and you're going to get so much grenade energy back, and pulse grenades are absolutely insane, and it's going to be Arc focused stuff for next season. I am going to be focusing around Touch of Thunder aspect. Make sure pulse grenades create Ionic Traces, and periodically as it damages targets over time, the damage goes up. Pulse grenades are still crazy strong, and like I said, next season we're going to see a lot of Arc focused like Surges and stuff like that for the Lost Sectors and Master content, GMs, etc. The build itself all focuses around the Heart of Inmost Light. It's been nerfed a couple of times, but this is still really strong. Using an ability, melee, barricade or grenade, it's going to empower the other two abilities. What it means by empowering, it gives them a quicker cooldown, and it also makes your grenades, melees do more damage, and it gives your barricade more hit points. Now, a couple of mods that I run on my class item, these are actually pretty important. Utility kickstart and a bomber. I run 2 utility kickstarts and 1 bomber mod. Now, the reason why I run utility kickstarts is because you get your barricade back quicker than what you do your grenade. You get your barricade back every 38 seconds with 10 resilience. So having 2 utility kickstarts is going to proc that bomber, and not only that, it's actually going to proc your Heart of Inmost Light, the exotic sort of trait on there, the empowering buff of far more often than what you would do by throwing your grenade first. So just like so, bang, get your barricade down, and you're going to get that timer, and then on top of that you're getting loads and loads of barricade energy back just with double utility kickstart without picking up an orb. So without picking up an orb, you still get bits, it still works without having that armor charge. But when you've got your armor charge, you're obviously going to get a load more back with utility kickstart too. So now what I'm going to show you is the Touch of Thunder working, everything you've just seen, and then you'll see the improvement and how fast you get this grenade back. Put my barricade down. I've got my barricade back already. That's why I run the 2 utility kickstarts. I had my orb, and you literally can just spam them barricades down like so, keeping that constant flow of the Heart of Inmost Light going. Getting all them Ionic Traces from the Titan aspect, and on top of that, if you really want to, you can run Coldheart on top of that as well, because that's got the longest winter exotic trait on there. Periodically generates Ionic Traces, so you're going to get Ionic Traces from your pulse grenade, Ionic Traces from Coldheart, and this just buffs out your grenade to a maximum level. It's absolutely crazy. This can be swapped out, it's just an extra bonus I thought I'd chuck in to show you. Just look at the state of that, it's absolutely crazy. 4-second grenade, something like that, I didn't count, but roughly about 4 seconds. It's absolutely crazy when you've got everything going on, and you can just spam these pulse grenades like they're going out of fashion, Starfire Protocol style. Now, the reason I run pulse grenades over storm grenades is because pulse grenades with the Touch of Thunder, they create the Ionic Traces as you've seen, and even if you just collect 2 of them Ionic Traces, that's still giving you a quicker cooldown versus storm grenades, because storm grenades don't create Ionic Traces. Bang your Coldheart on there and you're going to get so much ability regen back. This is what Coldheart does. It procs pretty often as well. You're going to get like 3 or 4 Ionic Traces for about 4 seconds of damage, so it's pretty consistent, and all that is just buffing all your abilities out. So that is the sort of loop of play. Now, I've just got a couple of other things to show you on my arms that really maximise the regen back. Bolstering Detonation, grants class ability when you cause damage with a grenade. Double Limb, that is going to work with my utility kickstart. Hence, you're going to get even more like barricade energy back. It's absolutely crazy. So you can just keep constantly spamming your barricades down to get the maximum recharge on your other abilities via Heart of Inmost Light. Look at this, it's absolutely nutty how quick you get them barricades back, so you can just keep spamming and spamming and spamming. Again, on the legs, these are always optional. You can put insulation on there, innovation to get reduced class ability and reduced grenade energy when you pick your orbs up for your armor charges, or you can stack your surges. It's entirely up to you. And that may vary from what you're doing, if you're just doing lost sectors or if you're doing DPS phases or something like that against Taniks or Rulk or even Nezarec. You can change them out to whatever you want. I tend to stick to the innovation, etc. when I'm sort of on my own. If I'm in a team and I want to do some DPS, I will switch out to Sages and stuff like that for my legs. But either way, you're going to get loads and loads of grenade energy, and these pulse grenades, considering everything this season, nothing has been sort of arc Sages or anything like that. Next season we're going to see a lot of arc sort of burn in a lot of more stuff. This season it's obviously being focused on Void, Solar and Strand. Like I said, next season we're going to see a lot more arc burn, and this build is going to be absolutely insane next season, because I know that, because it's already insane right now. I've used this loads this season and it's still absolutely crazy right now. So where can we use this build at the moment? Well, anywhere. I've used it in Master Raids, I've used it in Lost Sectors, and I've used it in GMs, and it really packs a punch. Another couple of things that I like to do with this build in particular is run a Witherhoard. If you don't run Coldheart, Witherhoard is a solid option, because then you're going to get your damage from your pulse grenade and the damage from the Witherhoard, and a lasting impression rocket launcher really tops it off. But you can just see here all these Ionic Traces coming back to me. This is why I prefer pulse grenades over Storm. Here are the other fragments. I run Spark of Shock to make all my arc grenades jolt targets. Really top tier one, this one. Spark of Ions, defeating a jolted target creates an Ionic Trace. I run Spark of Recharge. Whenever you're critically wounded, your melee and grenade generates more quickly. And then Spark of Magnitude to make that pulse grenade last a little bit longer. And the jolting effects from the Spark of Shock is, I think I mentioned it earlier on, really top tier for overloads. And obviously you're going to get loads of like extra little kills with that jolting as well, but perfect for overload champions, because it's just going to overload them, jolt them like crazy. And like I said, you've probably heard me say a couple of times, if you've watched any of my videos before when I've done arc focused builds, we haven't got any arc burn this season. Next season it's going to change. This season's been Solar, Void and Strand. Next season it's going to be arc, Stasis and Strand, I do believe. So this build, however good it is now, it's going to be even better next season. And I know it'll be one of the main builds next season, because I already use it this season and it's absolutely nuts. Decent for DPS phases as well. Like I said, a lasting impression. I was using a sniper on this bit because I was doing the game, so I couldn't run my Witherhoard, but I would have been having my Witherhoard on there as well. And you do some really nice damage. I think I got like 3 or 4 grenades off in that short time there. Obviously then you can go in with your Thunder Crash. Next season the actual other super on the Titan's getting buffed as well. So that is the video. I'll leave everything playing out so you can pause if I haven't explained it well enough, and I will also leave a dim link in the video description. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a great weekend.